everybody. Welcome to our first game of week 2. I'm Trixie, and with me tonight is Initialize.
Hello, hello.
Possibly Wise Guy later. He tends to creep up on us, so. So tonight's match is between AO and 4S. Right now, looks like all of AO is here. We're just waiting for one more player on 4S to show up. You know what I did not do? I need to grab the maps really quick. Initialize, do you want to talk to them a little bit about their first week on how AO did and how 4S did?
Sure. This seems a little weird. We are playing a Swiss style here. Typically the winners play the winners, but I've just, notice Forsaken, they lost 3-0 to Pack 2, and Anal Ace has lost 2-1 to Pot Smokers of America. I thought it would have been more even since there are quite a few 3-0s, but I guess this is one of the odd ones, but it's no big deal. So we'll see how this turns out if one of these two teams can get the first map win, or round win, I should say. And we'll see how it goes.
Alright, sounds good. So their maps for tonight will be Campgrounds, Overkill, Trinity. I probably don't even need to write that down because that's a pretty common maps, but I will anyway.
Trinity is a little different though. It has typically been, I think, Asylum last week was played.
Oh yeah, you're right. Asylum was quite
Campgrounds, Overkill, Asylum. That was sort of the common 3 maps.
Alright, so what time is it now? It's 8 o'clock. Ooh, and everyone's here on time. This makes admins happy. So, alright, I'm going to give them the countdown here. And then I'm going to switch off let me make sure they're good. Looks like all our players are here. I'm going to switch off my webcam. That way I don't lose any. Oh wait, I need to game start, right? I'm losing my
Yes, you do, yeah.
Game start. Just kidding. Alright. So, where's my webcam? That's Unholy. He's playing Titanfall.
Alright, so this is the first game of round 2, or week 2, I guess. We still haven't decided on if we're calling it weeks or rounds. This one is 2 weeks long, technically, with American Thanksgiving coming up. I think we gave them extra time to play.
Alright, 32 seconds. So, you know, if you are playing, make sure you pay attention to the clock and the countdown. It is different. We had it customized thanks to Barely. Barely Missed, VKS, and Bogdog. They all worked really hard on these servers to have them customized, so big shout out to them to thank them for all their help. Alright, so we've got 10 seconds now, and we shall begin. Let me get the accuracy up for everybody.
I see Burn is now on 4S. They used to have Zedman, but I believe he switched to another team, if I'm not mistaken. Name of the team's kind of lost on me at the moment. I have to check the rosters, but it starts here.
Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and follow Psychedelic. This is his first time, I think, playing in the league on this team.
Yes. So it looks like they're all pretty much holding bridge here. Killing Psychedelic.
Yeah, he got a couple nice air rockets though on that. That was pretty good.
2 frags in 2 seconds.
And Loon with a nice excellent.
Alright, we got 1-1 situation. We've got Lun with
Pumpkin
129. There we go. Nice job. First point goes to 4S. Here's a quick look at the scoreboard. So for AO, we got Pumpkin, Psychedelic, Bubbly, and Smile. And for 4S, we got Lun, Shattered, Burning Conman. I'm going to continue following Lun.
Yeah, 4S is a team that's been together for quite a little while now. I'll put the edge to them on this game.
AO just formed, I believe, like a month and a half ago. Like they formed pretty much right before the league started. So I think everyone's kind of interested to see how they play together. I have seen them scrimming and practicing, so that's good. You gotta make sure you know how to play with your team. So let's see, we've got a 1-2 situation, Conman being last man standing. We got Psychedelic with 156 and Bubbly with 60.
Rails, impressive.
Nice rail from Conman. I'm going to stay on him since he's got the lowest health.
Yeah, Psych with twice as much, you can afford to take a few rails.
Psychedelic does have a pretty good rail, so...
Yeah, it's usually his go-to weapon, I've noticed.
Okay, this can be definitely interesting for Conman. Conman's sitting at a 50% rail right now, though, so it's definitely possible for him as well.
Just sitting out with the rail too long does make a lot of noise there, so see if it gives Conman advantage to know where he is, or where to spam some rockets. I saw some going by the plasma door there. And with our 2-minute rounds, it looks like our counter just started. We got 23 seconds left on the clock for this this map.
Alright, so right now, looks like AO would take this win. It's only by a little health, though. About 7 health advantage. Oh, and there you go.
That gets the rail before he eats the rocket.
So
So he wins the round, so tied 1-1.
Round
I'm going to go ahead and follow
begins
Bubbly,
in
who I believe is the captain of AO.
2, 1.
Lots of rockets on bridge this time.
So it looks like we're down to Smile.
Switch over to him. Oh, did not
And-
have time.
Yeah.
Here's another quick look. Let me follow Burn here. I'm going to try to give everybody a chance
Round
tonight.
begins in 3.
Oh, Burn is
2,
sitting on
1.
Pumpkin's
Pumpkin.
head. Uh-oh. I always hate when that happens.
They don't get caught.
No.
Burn did hit a rail before going down there. He didn't do much damage on the jump pad there against Pumpkin. Pumpkin looked like he had 2 pretty strong rockets, a direct and at least a pretty good splash. And his team pulls out there.
Okay, tied game. This is what we like to see. 2-2. So
Round
far, I mean,
begins in
this looks like a pretty good matchup.
2,
I'm going to follow Smile.
1.
Smile getting pushed towards rockets.
We haven't changed the strategy. It looks like we're going to continue with bridge.
So we're down to Smile again on a 3v1.
Accuracy.
1 point up for 4S. So far, 4S has been in the lead. AO has not taken that from them yet.
Round begins in
Follow Conman.
3, 2.
Looks like Conman's going to
1.
stay back just a little bit. Nice
I'm
lightning
getting
gun, though.
lots of free damage. Still sitting at 200.
Yeah. That was a nice round for him.
And now we're down to Smile again on a 3v1 again.
Let me switch to him. He's got 150 health, but Lun with 153, Conman with 166, so that is tough. You've got to play safe. And that's not playing safe, so nice try.
Accuracy.
Yeah, it's good teamwork by 4S there when getting the rail from behind while also eating LG from his teammates.
Round begins in 3,
I will follow
2,
Shattered.
1.
Looks like Shattered and Bubbly are going to stand at Rocket.
Throwing some defensive grenades down. Shatter should push in with LG to get some damage on Smile, help his teammate.
Nice
Gets a
rail.
kill on Bubbly, yeah, makes it a 2v2 situation. Smile being only 6 health, I'm assuming is playing very defensive here. Psychedelic will be the more aggressive one. And shows so there, and 2 nice kills.
Very nice.
Accuracy. 2 frags in 2 seconds.
Quick look at the
Excellent.
scoreboard. We got Smile leading with
Round
2.3 and
begins
Shattered
in
with his team on
3,
4S at 2.5.
2,
I'm going to follow Psychedelic and see how his round starts off here. I know Psychedelic pretty well. He's always been a pretty aggressive player. He knows when to play safe, though. He's all around a very, very good player. Nice rail.
That always sucks. It looks like he took a rail right when he turned to the right. You're looking at the doorway, and as soon as you look away, then someone pops through that doorway. It always seems to be the case.
Looks like AO is demonstrating some pretty good teamwork here, kind of moving in together. Conman being last man standing with 63 health, and he's got 2 people left. Smile with 61, Bubbly with 157. And a
Accuracy.
nice rail coming from Bubbly.
Yeah.
Tied
Those
up,
tied up.
again.
See if AO can get the lead here.
3, 2.
Very tight game. It's turning into a good game here.
Absolutely. These are the best to watch. Keeps you on your feet. Bubbly sitting with the 60% rail right now.
So AO pushing in hard. Loon with only 45 health.
Red wins the round.
And goes down to shards from Sykes' shotgun. So yeah, the first lead of the map.
Round begins.
I'm gonna
in
follow Pumpkin,
3,
who's also
2,
Lawrence.
1.
I think a lot of people know him originally with that name. Trying to help his teammate, but all the enemies keep running. That's always frustrating.
2 frags in 2 seconds.
So last down to Smile. Kind of stuck on the stairs here. Yeah. And Shatter with a nice rocket from below. Ties it up.
Alright, so we're at 5-5, guys. Let me know who you think is
Round
gonna win.
begins
I want to
in
see your scores
3,
and
2,
place your bets.
1.
Looks like we've got a 2-3 situation. Oh, 2-2, sorry.
And Pumpkin getting an excellent there.
Now Shattered last man standing with 100, with Bubbly with 79, and Pumpkin with 127.
Ooh, that was good work.
Yeah, that
Teamwork
was-
by AO. Wow.
That was
Nice
very
little combo.
good.
Round
Okay, I'm
begins
following
in
Lun right now.
3, 2,
Looks like he's
1.
taken rail.
Fight.
Now, Lun, he pretty much took over captain. Their original captain hasn't been online, so he's been the go-to person to talk to if anybody ever needs to communicate with 4S.
Blue wins the round.
Just noticed Wise Guy had logged into the game, so I just messaged him.
Round
We will be
begins
probably getting him
in
pretty shortly.
3,
Everybody
2,
loves his feedback.
1.
I was told last week for him to stay honest.
If 4S is playing a little more defensive here, they're playing back a little bit.
Which we'll see if that strategy works for them. I mean, they had the lead most of the game, but maybe they are getting a little nervous. Okay, so we got.
Shattered with 60, hiding by pillars.
Let me go find him. There he is. Yeah, this
They
is.
can hear him though.
In my
Yeah.
opinion, that's the worst spot to be. Okay, AO again taking the lead, 7-6. Here's a look at the
Round
scoreboard.
begins in 3, 2, 1.
Following Psychedelic right now. It's like starting a battle at, at Rocket. Oh, he was taken out by Burn.
It shot into an enemy's rail by another enemy's rail. It's not fun when that happens.
We have a 3-3 situation. Burn trying to sneak a rail onto Bubbly. Oh.
Alright, so down to Con Man.
Only 28 health, that would be a tough one. So now AO with a 2-point lead. Maybe 4S shouldn't have changed their strategy.
I predicted 4S to win, so hopefully they don't let me down.
2, 1.
Lots of LG on bridge right now. One 4S is down, one AO is down, 3-3 situation. Oh, Lun is
The
last
Lun
man.
with
Or
2
lead
health.
man. Oh!
Alright, so 9-6, so AO is definitely taking over the last half of this match here.
Round
Okay, I'm following
2,
Shattered.
1.
Nice mid-air. 2-2 situation. Pumpkin last man standing with 101. We've got Loon with 89 and Burn with 74.
It is possible for him to pull us out. Will be tough, but both are railable now on 4S. It is on Pumpkin to be aggressive, though. There's still 2 left on 4S. He does have another minute. It'd almost be best, yeah, just to keep staying around the rocket area and listen for sounds. You usually get a good idea of the map. And Burn with a nice couple quick rails to get the kill. Keeps him alive.
You know that's gotta feel good because the game's not over yet.
Round begins
So I'm gonna stay on Burn. Let's see if they can pull some more.
1.
User joined your channel.
Burn with a surprisingly weak LG there. Typically, I see him in the high 30s or 40s.
And AO took it, which it seems like reading some of the comments, the Twitch channel was a little surprised considering 4S has been together for a long time and AO is a newly formed group. But congrats to AO on their first map win. Again, we've got 2 more to go. It sounds like we've got Wise Guy in the channel now to
Yes.
assist us in his expertise.
Fashionably late today.
Yeah.
Hey, better late than never, right?
Yeah.
So we are moving to Overkill for the second map, and if you missed it, Trinity will be the third one.
Yeah, and this is one of the things we wanted to see if the Swiss scheduling was going to result in better matchups, better teams being able to kind of go and having, you know, what was the score there, 10-6, 10-7? I think that's certainly a competitive game.
He's got
Oh, definitely. Sounds like Trixie's trying to quiet her dog down.
Oh, he's gotta go to the bathroom. You guys keep talking. I'll be right back.
Alright. Sorry, what were we saying, Wise Guy?
You know, with I reiterate this for anybody that's kind of watching this, and that this season we employed a slightly different scheduling mechanism. It's not like a traditional league where your schedule's set out and you play good teams and you play bad teams. No, what we're doing is it's called scheduling, which is dynamic. It dynamically adjusts who your opponent is based on how well or how poor you do. So every week, the schedule is a bit of a mystery until all the games are played. It goes ahead and does its calculations and goes ahead and does the matchups. There's a couple of rules. You will never play any team twice. And there is a bye in here because we have an odd number of teams. The bye always goes to the teams that are way down in the rankings, so it's not going to influence any of the playoff caliber teams. But it's a good way to mix. The challenge in Quake throughout its history has been, well, how do you
Prepare
mix
your team.
high skill and low skill teams? And this is one way to do it. And here we go. It looks like we're going to be heading into Overkill. Looking forward to this.
It looks like they substituted Non for psychedelic for Non.
Yes.
Round begins in
Are we going to
3,
see
2.
the warp strategy play out here?
Oh.
That's a good question. I'm following Non right now.
Wow. Smile did a great job.
Red wins the round.
Lovely
AO
with
taking-
1 damage, and he's
Oh.
acid.
Oh, he really seriously got one.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at that. Oh, somebody screenshot that moment. That's
Yeah.
classic.
2, 1.
Better than 0, that's all I can say. And their team still won, so it was good enough.
Yeah. You know, you can feel proud about that one as long as your team wins.
Blue wins the round.
We've evened it up again, 1-1. I'm following
Round
Shattered right
begins
now.
in 3.
Yeah, and both teams are kind of going traditional approach. We're going to go high, work the upper with the rockets, try and get a couple of players knocked down, and then try and work the mid area a little bit.
Yeah, Shattered rocket jumped up right when I forget who it was falling down. He would have missed a 100% LG drop on him. Had a good chance for a lot of free damage there. Missed out, unfortunately.
So we've got a 1-to-1 situation. Smile with 1 health and Conman with 85. So this will be interesting.
Yeah, I'm expecting Forsaken. Yeah, a huge advantage here.
So Conman should have
So-
heard that telly. Yeah.
One of these teams at some point, around 5th or 6th round win, they're going to have to make a decision. You know, if it stays within 1 round of each other, I think you're just going to see all top, all match. But if one team kind of gets up 2 rounds, that's when the thinking comes into play. Hey, we're down 2 rounds. We may have to try something else here.
Yeah, we've seen 4S do that in the first one in Campgrounds, but they weren't necessarily down at the point that they decided to change their strategy, and I felt like that's kind of what happened. It's almost like they lost that momentum that they had at Bridge.
Right now with the Forsaken, Burn is going to be the leading player, 1.5k of damage. And Smile, again, doing some great maneuvering early on in the rounds, able to single-handedly kind of swing a couple of those. So he's leading Oasis right now.
Bubbly with some really nice rails, sitting at, well, he was at 75%, now at 69. A very nice job.
Yeah, 69% rail is going to earn you, you know, that's going to be forcing some respect, you know. Here we go, Forsaken doing the tit for tat. Up 1 round.
3, 2.
I'm seeing 4S has a mild ping advantage, nothing too crazy. It's only not even 10, so inconsequential in the grand scheme of things.
2 rails. Impressive.
Burton's kind of trying to work the lower side there. Yeah, that's. I think that what Forsaken found out is they had their best player get knocked down to the bottom deck, and that really ratchets up the number of shots on target, the opportunities you're going to get as a player to do damage. So it means you're either going to spend your time maneuvering, or you're going to spend your time just kind of hoping that the other team comes looking for you to present a shot.
Burn was being very aggressive on Smile and didn't quite get the kill. Ate a direct rocket.
We got Shattered last man with 153.
Yeah, but 153 is a lot of health.
It is.
Especially when Smile's at 2, Bubbly's at 50, and Pumpkin's
114.
Solid at 114, yeah.
Well,
Well,
not
a little
anymore.
less health.
You just jinxed him.
So yeah, combined health, they're almost even.
I don't think we've seen any 1v2 wins yet, or even 1v3 in this case. But I remember the first map on Campgrounds. Be nice to see one here.
So you two initialized Trixie, what would you be doing in this area? Would you be doing exploratory shotgun, just kind of sensing out where it's at, or are you kind of relying on the rail?
Well, with there being 3 left, I definitely would be trying to figure out where people are sitting with health. On top of asking my teammates, like, you know, communication's key right now, because someone may know that so-and-so is really low.
Ooh,
Wow, that was
clutch
that
with
was
9 health.
Clutch.
Oh, I was just about to say you might get your wish.
I would have definitely been really aggressive, maybe with the 150, waited a bit longer to round end, because he was kind of sitting back and taking a lot of sort of unreturned damage.
Yeah, right now Shattered is, wow, great air rocket there. Didn't get a kill, but did a lot of damage.
Bubbly burning through his LG. It's down to empty here.
Wins the round.
Alright, AO taking it 5-3 right now.
Yeah, so Forsaken's kind of reaching. Again, you don't want the opponent to get this 8th round before you decide. Either we got to get more production out of Lun, or they're going to have to slow down Smile. Pick your poison.
Lund with a really nice LG at the moment. Did some pretty good damage this round so far.
Blue wins
There
the
you go,
round.
Forrest. Stepped
There
it
you
up
go.
a little bit, that one.
Yeah, a 4-0 round, that's always a great confidence booster, because now you can kind of rinse and repeat.
Round begins in 3, 2.
I'm really shocked. Shatter is doing twice as much damage as 2 of his teammates. That's strong performance by him. With
I will,
4K and
follow
Conman
him
and Loon with
next.
2.
Right now I'm following Lund, just kind of seeing how his second round went, and it went pretty good too.
Wow.
So he's
2nd round of 4 and out. So for 2 rounds now, Oasis has not got a single frag.
1.
Forsaken's way out of position right now, all hunkering around the mid deck.
Shattered chased Pumpkin, but was able to frag him. So nice job on that one. I was a little nervous for that. Usually when you chase people, it doesn't end well.
Wow, did we just go 3 rounds?
Yes.
Oasis
Correct, you did.
Round begins.
AO was definitely separated the last half of that last round.
1.
I'm kind of rotating through Oasis players, and are we missing something here? There we go.
Frags and 2
Non's
seconds.
doing production there.
Red wins the round.
Alright, but AO said no, not today. They are stopping them at their 3 rounds in a row there.
Round
There's a look at the
begins in
scoreboard.
3, 2, 1.
Lots of action on top.
Yeah, Non falling down into 2 LGs from Forsaken.
Yeah, right.
That
now,
was some
Bubbly's
very nice
hanging
defensive
on
from
with.
the top.
Accuracy.
Yeah, they did a great job there. I mean, kind of ecking out that one. So now it's back up to Forsaken to respond. They're a little streaky.
Currently following Burn. Got a couple nice air rockets.
Blue wins the round.
What a close game.
Yep.
Respond indeed.
I feel like 4S wants it bad though. I'm gonna take a guess they're gonna take this map.
3.
They seem to just really have stepped it up all of a sudden.
Yeah, a critical player here for Forsaken has got to be Shattered. I mean, rocking 5.5k damage, he leads the board.
Bio hit a nice air direct on Shattered there, but it's still with 92 health.
So
Yeah, it's virtually even, 92 to 102 here. So, and both top players, both leading, so they're confident. Right now, Bubbly's got the shotgun out, looking for the exploratory damage, and
Shattered didn't hear that rocket jump.
no, I was surprised.
Oh, he heard that though.
You heard that one.
And there you go. Now here's the question: do you play it safe? Do you use the time, or do you just keep going?
I'm not a fan of being aggressive at this point. Now, maybe he doesn't exactly know his health, but you just landed a rail into him.
Oh,
Ooh, wow.
Ooh.
he's being aggressive.
Impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
He is hitting
that was
71%
beautiful.
rail, so you can...
Yeah, if you're hitting, you're right. Point taken. If you're hitting a 71, these are stats that us mere mortals rarely achieve, if ever. So this whole idea of just aggressively jumping into one of these players is foreign.
Okay, so let's see. It's a 3-3 situation. I'm still following Shattered.
Yeah, but Oasis right now is pretty hurting. Smile 14 health, Non 30, and Lon 24. Shattered again, 152. He's solid across the board. He's probably going to be closing this round out for Forsaken here.
Does Shattered have any other names? Do we know him by? Just curious.
No, I'm pretty sure it's just Shattered. He was like
Okay.
that in Season 1 as well.
Okay. Everyone with all their aliases, I can never keep track.
No,
Yeah,
4S seems to
Forsa-
typically have standard names. They don't really change them too often, or have alternate name.
So it looks like we've got Forrest being pretty patient here. That was it seems
Yeah,
like they communicated
This
that.
is smart playing. You know, I mean, you can lose 1 or 2 players if they're out peaking, but you got 3 players. There's no point in running after a single player. Force them to come to you. You've got the high ground.
2, 1.
So 4S with the map point, if they can win this.
Looking for Oasis to respond here, and there's pretty good. Smiles up top.
Down to Con Man here, 18.
Yeah,
Basically
18.
hiding where Non and was last
And
map.
again, Oasis should be doing exactly what Forsaken did last round. There's no reason to chase. Just sit back, force them to come to you, and, chalk up 1 more point in your column here. Because it is still close. I mean, if they could pull this 8-9, it's... That
Very
gives
close
you
game.
options. You can still kind of stick with what's been working for you. It's streaky. Both these teams are a little streaky, so maybe it's who has the hot hand here coming into the last round that's really going to decide this.
Pumpkin was in the middle of all that. That did not go well for him. It's a 3-3 situation. Bubbly now Oh, and
down.
there we
Oh,
go.
There we go.
We have a nice even game. This will come down to Trinity for the deciding factor. That's always fun.
I mean, all these players on Forsaken did very well, but hats off to Shattered. I think MVP here for that.
Oh, no question.
7,200 damage. I mean, that's really tough to contain.
He's got to feel pretty good about his 72% railgun.
Yeah, I mean, if you're coming into, Overkill is LG heavy, it's rail heavy, and if you can execute well on those two stats, you're going to be doing a good job. You're going to be helping your team out in a substantial way. And 72% rail, wow. I mean, that means every time he picked that up, he was taking off 80 health.
Okay, so the third and final map will be Trinity.
I was just that. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, this one is not my favorite one to play. I feel like this map hurts from all angles. There's just so many spots you can get railed from.
It's a big rotation map. Unlike Overkill, where you kind of have one or two strategic areas you can kind of sit and hunker down, this is, you kind of start and then you rotate. And as a team, you have to rotate well, or you're going to leave one of your players behind, or the other team's going to rotate in on them, and you're going to end up with a 2-on-1 or a 3-on-1 matchup, and you're going to find yourself down that round. So, how are you going to start off with? A lot of teams like to start at Grinder, and it's real LG heavy up at top. And if you can control, you're looking at two sides. You've got the tunnel side, you've got jump side. And if you, as a team, you need to focus your firepower. You might have one guy kind of just playing distraction on the jump or the tunnel side, but the other three really have got to be in sync. They just can't be randomly picking a target. You have to team say, hey, look, I'm going to be focusing on tunnels. I'm just going to pick up a target on tunnel side. Now that's where I'm going to go. Or it's unsaid, and you're going to kind of key off of what your teammate's at and try and take that opponent down. What are the mistakes you look for up here at Trinity? Weapon switches. You can't do that. If you get into a fight and you run your weapon dry, that's one thing. But if you're doing unforced weapon switches, that 2 seconds is generally going to end up with you being out of the game. So that's one thing to watch out for. The other thing is if both teams are really even, they're fighting it out, at some point a player's going to make that mental decision to withdraw, to extradite himself from Grinder. If he can do it cleanly, he's fine. But if he doesn't do it cleanly and he leaves his teammate behind, that could leave your team down 1 or 2 players. So kind of watch for that. Other than that, it's going to be, well, are they going to set up a Grinder? If they don't win Grinder, are they going to move to beams, or are they going to start there? Just kind of start at beams and kind of rotate around. I personally like Trinity. I think it's a real good map of a lot of different skills and weapons. You can be successful with pretty much anything. Rockets, LG, rail.
And looks like we're going to begin on the third and final map.
I do see a question, MRZ, in regards to the point system. As soon as this is over, we can go over the point system again. We didn't have any switch out. It looks like it's the same lineup for both teams. And again,
Wow. Forsaken dominating that first one. Setting up on Grinder and getting that quick 4-on-3 really swings it.
Nice rocket.
If you watch this, let's see if once Forsaken takes this round, I'm going to comment on one thing here. Watch Oasis. They're kind of dropping out of that battle space up in Grinder a little too early, and I said that was one of the mistakes that teams will make. You have to either commit as a team or you have to leave as a team. You can't piecemeal it. And if one of your players gets kicked off, it makes it real tough. Case in point, Burn. He was just staying in the pocket. He didn't care if he went down. He was defending tunnel to the end. And that, he walked out with 20 health because his teammates were right there to back him up. He didn't fall down.
Round begins.
So AO has yet to score a point here. This is the biggest lead I think we've seen for us.
Yeah, 2 people from AO haven't got a kill yet, 3 rounds in, so.
Right now, Burn,
Excellent.
he fell down, but he tried to get back into it pretty quick. But that one mistake of getting knocked down to the bottom left his gun out of action long enough for Oasis to pick up that
begins
round.
In 3, 2,
I'm gonna follow
1.
Smile. Looks like Smile and Burn are gonna go at it in the tunnel. Burn only surviving with 5 health, so that was definitely a good battle. For us.
Bubbly.
Managed. Oh, Bubbly with 2.
Getting his first kill. Hitting another rail, but unfortunately Loon was a little too healthy.
Accuracy.
Yeah, Forsaken is really doing a great job at Grinder here. They're executing where they need to.
3,
It's going to be up to Oasis to respond. They're going to pull out to beams at some point here. If they don't pick up this round, I think as a coach I'd be telling them, we got to reassess. Lund staying up top, tunnel side, gets taken out, so much more convincing working here for Oasis. So down to 2-1.
Bubbly with 50 and Pumpkin with 21, so very possible.
Which, yeah, Shattered with 40 health, that gives him options. You know, he's not going to be taken out with one shotgun or a machine gun. You know, they'll... As I said that, he was gunned down by Pumpkin, so, you know.
I was just holding my breath.
Well,
trying not to laugh.
he was tested with the heavy machine gun, and then he went back for more, and that's
Yeah.
where he lost it.
He was below 41 when that shotgun actually hit, though, so. We'll let it slide this time, wise guy.
Yeah, that was great. It's always when we say something, then it happens. Always on stream.
2 rails. Impressive.
Lund doing
Nice
a
rails.
great job at the tunnel side.
Yeah, Smile with 9. Let me flip over to him. We've got Shattered with 113, and then Smile goes down.
Accuracy.
Yeah, let's run through, you know, looking at the stats here. Lund 53% rail, Shattered 42% rail, a little off the last map there. Con Man 37% LG, he's real heavy LG, and to be expected, just the pocket guy for Grinder up there. And you know, Lund doing good.
Round begins in
Looks like
You know,
AO's picking it up a little bit.
2,
Definitely, they
You're
seem a little bit
looking-
more aggressive.
Yeah, I think they are playing. Oasis seems to be still getting a little chopped up too much for my taste.
Red wins the round.
But if they can keep working their style and kind of working the outside now, I don't know. Initialize, what are your thoughts on this? It seems like Oasis kind of transitioned a little bit more, instead of being right in the middle of Grinder, kind of being a little bit more on the outside.
Yeah, like it's hard to say. Like they were playing a little sloppy in the beginning here, but they've definitely picked it up in this last half of this match so far, and they've tied it up. Like they were down 3-0, and now it's tied 5-5. They've definitely recovered. I'm trying to see. They are hitting more shots. They are getting kills. Smile, who was 0 for 4, is now 5 for 9. I mean, definitely getting the kills now, which is the most important thing.
Yeah, Shattered is way outside of Grinder, kind of overlooking.
Yeah, Forrest is definitely playing outside now.
Yeah. They've Forsaken's gone from kind of that tight package at Grinder, and they've kind of dispersed a little bit more around the level. But this is why I like Trinity. There are different styles to be successful here. It's not just a one-trick pony that you can apply.
Yeah, I believe Forrest just changed their strategy a little bit just to kind of slow down the momentum that AO was creating for themselves.
Which looks like it's working so far. I mean, Bubbly is sitting with 31, and we got Shattered with 59, and Burn with 17. So it is a situation where they could possibly take this for changing up their strategy.
Bubbly escaping with 1, but Burn getting the finishing kill there.
As we head into round 12, one round separates these teams 5-6.
1.
It's definitely a great matchup.
So it's back to the typical Grinder setup. Start of that round. Looks like Burn dropped. And now 4S kind of separated.
Yeah, I noticed Anal Oasis also separated too. I was following Pumpkin, and he got blasted off and kind of took the long way around, which I think ended up hurting his team.
Yeah, that's the... When you start out a grinder, you got to be doing damage. You know, those first 2 or 3 seconds, you've got to be productive.
Looks like for us, taking more outer. At least 2 of them were.
Yeah, 4S was pushing in on AO, who had actually taken outer. Better did escape with 48, but does go down to Pumpkin's rail. Coming back into Pumpkin. Kind of a weak shotgun, so Common does get the kill on him.
Nice rail on Smile.
Yeah, Lundo's walking the level like a slumlord with 192 health. He doesn't have to worry about anything.
Common with a good time to come through the teleport there and get a rail on his back.
For us, again, taking a 3-point lead on AO.
Begins in 3.
Yeah, it's up to Oasis now to adapt. Smile gets left out to the cold. 3 players of Forsaken focusing on him.
We got a 2-2 situation.
Yeah, Non is going to be critical here. 176 health. He can close out this round. Shattered, 12 health.
Shattered still sitting with a 64% rail, but unfortunately not enough in that round.
Yeah, it wouldn't matter. With that much health, they could have just gone right up to him.
Round begins in 3, 2.
Looks like we've got Grinder approach for both teams.
Ooh, Non's out of action.
Let me flip over to him. Let's see, he's got 3 people left.
Non fighting for his life, didn't run like hell, but didn't run fast enough.
Yeah, Non and Smile, I mean, they're the damage leaders right now with 4.5k. Pumpkin and Bubbly right behind at 4, but I think we're going to have to go down to Non. I mean, he's got to be in there right now. He's not at Grinder. Not causing damage what he needs to be doing.
Now to Non again. He does have to win this though, and doesn't. So Forrest takes the game. 10-6.
Very nice, and I think that was most people's prediction, so Forrest did turn around and surprise us with that game win. So nice job to both teams. That was definitely a great matchup. I love to see those kind of games.
This was great in that both teams were in it. They were winning their rounds. Would have liked to seem a little bit more like Beams, a little bit more reaction from Oasis in this last one, because they were the one that was down. So I think the onus was on them to adapt a little bit better. But their Grinder execution was a little lacking. They were losing one of the 4 players was either getting kicked down to the bottom, and that 3-on-4 matchup, Forsaken was just handling the top part of the Grinder just that little bit better. Not a lot, but it was enough to quickly gain that upper hand. So overall, though, really good match. And I think next week, both these teams, again, the Swiss scheduling, they're going to be going into an opponent that is going to be, again, in their neighborhood of skill. So I expect to see some great games out of both of these teams in the future.
Absolutely. So let's see here. It looks like we have a question in regards to the point system. Are you on Twitch where you can read it, or would you like me to read it to you?
Go ahead and read it.
Sure. So MRZ asks, since this is based off rounds, if AO wins last map 10-9, do they only score 2 more points than 4S? So he's saying like 30-27.
There's two parts to that question. There are map wins, so you get 3 points for winning a map. In addition, the second part is that there is a point won for most rounds. So it's not one or the other, it is actually both. If you can you may lose the maps 2 out of 3, but you can still win the round count. And I'll have to go back and add this one. I don't think that was the case here. We'd have to take a look. It was really, really close, though, so
Yeah,
it
AO
might have
did
that
lose
condition.
10-6 as opposed to winning 10-9. So yeah, there is obviously a 5-point spread there difference compared to what was MRZ's question was asking.
Right. So each map being 3 points. If you win 2 maps, you're going to be winning the majority of the points. You're going to be getting 6 out of the 10. However, if you can swing 1 map and you can win the round count, you're going to get 4 points. So 60-40 split is how it's probably going to end up.
Yeah, so Forsaken is now 1-1. So we'll see who they play, and then AO is now 0-2, so they'll be playing another 0-2 team. But yeah, I guess we have to wait till the end of Sunday before we realize who they
really
actually
have
play.
to. We can speculate up till then, but with only so few games played right now in this round, it's going to be just wild speculation.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
basically the first one, right? So
Right.
We have 5 matches left. We've got Dudes I Know versus Haste, which is supposed to be scheduled for Sunday. Warpkets versus Demised, which is a Saturday game.
that's their first game so far.
Yes,
So
because they had a bye. That's right, they had a bye week last week. Weekend Warriors versus Pot Smokers. That'll be scheduled for Sunday. We Gay versus Spicy Boys. That also is scheduled for Sunday. And Pack 2 versus Elite Assassins, also scheduled for Sunday. So lots of Sunday games. And again, you guys, if you're listening and that's one of your teams and that doesn't work, make sure you talk to the captains, talk to the other captains, and try to work something out to where it works out for everybody. Looks like we've got questions here from Nemesis, who won 4S, actually took the game win.
2 maps to 1, yep.
And looks like, is it Bogotak? He wants to know, Wise Guy, what is your day job?
I am a IT director.
He's probably
Or
thinking
a
to hire you
CIO.
for a shoutcaster. Everybody says that. Well, thanks everybody for tuning in on our stream tonight. Hopefully we'll get some more games sooner than the weekend. I like to spread them out a bit, but if not, we'll see you guys on the weekend. And for those of you who are celebrating Thanksgiving, happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah, go to ebattlegrounds.net. I have been meaning to put the actual matches in the events calendar, which is at the very bottom of the homepage. You'll see I put the AO versus 4S. I was kind of holding off because with the American Thanksgiving coming up, I was unsure if a lot of the games would be changing due to sort of the big holiday for Americans. But yeah, you can get all your information at ebattlegrounds.net. And yeah.
All right, perfect. Thank you guys for joining us, and we'll have a good night.
Thanks.